on the back thrust kick and a back spin kick. And I think the simplest way to start is we're just going to go through the kick slow and work on the movement, but slow enough that it's kind of working as a warm-up and you're doing a little bit of stretching at the same time. So just spinning, chambering for a back thrust, tuck it tight and then stretch out and push the hip into the kick that way. Yeah, in your own time. And stop for a moment. Okay, so first the chamber. Look over your shoulder, tuck the foot tight, look where you're going to kick, then back. Not looking somewhere else. You fix your eyes on a target point, then you kick with your eyes on the point that you're going to kick. Carry on.
And you aim with your
We're going to kick with the blade just like we were doing a side thrust kick. Yeah. And we'll try the other foot. And relax. So now balancing on a wall or a column and take the chamber position. Tuck it in tight. Out and turn the hip into it. So the hip joint, push in with your hip. And back and repeat. Extend the hip into the kick. And the other side. And keep looking where you're kicking. And relax. And we're going to come and take it in turns to kick on the bag. So you got to look at it. The first look, kick, look, kick. Who's first? Maybe make a line. Yeah. And try to extend your hip in behind the kick. That's better. That's better. Okay, next. Look at it the first. Yeah. Very good. Much better, much better. Yeah, well done. Kanika. Good. Try to use the blade of the foot. Good. Yeah. One more. Okay, good. And the next, Michael. Yeah. I use the blade of the foot. Good. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well done, Frederick. You're a little bit too close, so stand further away and extend into it. Yeah. One more. Yeah, good. Actually. Yeah. Extend your hips into it. And relax. Okay, good. Okay, so we want to be good at it. Yeah, if we're going to do it, we want to be good at it. I just think what we need to do right now. The chamber is really important, and that kind of taking your time to lock onto the target. Yeah. Lock your eyes on the target. Then you got to do that bit. Yeah. And then extend into the kick, not just kind of go and put it down. Yeah. Okay. And you've got to try to kick with the blade of the foot. Definitely not the toes. So I want you to practice again now in your own time. Yeah, just practice individually. Okay. And stop. Okay, so practicing the chamber and back, yeah. Just practice on the turn and chamber and then put it back. Concentrate on the chamber. Off you go. Yeah. So, Frederick, when you chamber, the knee is kind of pulled in towards the body, not out there. In, that's quite tight, and hip movement to drive it out, yeah. Tight, and then send it, okay, yeah, again. Tight. Not there, there. Yeah. Okay, take a look. I want you to try this. Turn from that position, chamber and down, chamber and down, chamber and down. Just repeat that. Change sides when you need to. And relax. So now, chamber, extend the hip in and down. Practicing quite slowly with balance. Off we go. rest for a little bit. Okay. Then we go back to the bag. Who's first? Pull your toe back towards your knee, use the blade. And again. Now try to drive in with your hip. One more. Yeah, good. Put a sun. And the next one, thanks, Put a sun. Yeah. Okay, very good. Yeah. Michael. And extend your hip into the kick. One more. Okay, well done. Yeah. Frederick. Yeah. Extend your hips into the kick. Use the blade of the foot. Yeah, that's better. Okay, well done. Yeah, Akshi. Okay. Very good. Okay, well done. So back to practicing in your own time. Yeah. Yeah.
When we chamber here, should our back be, should we be coiled a bit, or should the back just be straight the whole time we're chambering?
It's a little bit kind of bent over,
Yeah.
so that you can extend out into there. Okay, the best way to think about it, you think about the end position. The back is slightly concave. This is what distinguishes the back kick from the side kick. There's a slight curve going up here. So the muscle in your back has all been used to drive the kick in, and you've got strong muscle in the back, a lot of muscle, so you get a powerful kick. So to get the most action from the muscle, what's the opposite to there?
it's kind of there with a rounded back rather than a hollowed out back, then you've got the maximum difference from there out to there. So the muscles contracting through the maximum range, and you're getting the maximum strength in the kick. So we'd recommend that's how you think about it. So when we consider these kind of questions, you try to work from first principles. Now, how do we work it out? Yeah, so something like that. This is what Master Tan would always teach. Work from first principles. Yeah. Think, how's it going to work the best? Okay, that's what I'll do. Rather than just copy someone else. I'll do it like that because they do it like that, without understanding why you do it. Break it down, try to understand the principle, then build it up from there. Okay? Well, let's try it.
I have a kind of a question on that too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really matters. Does it matter, like if my left foot's in front, does it matter if I come across with the right or if I come across with the left? So basically, am I coming across with the front or
Yeah,
with the back?
I understand the question.
Okay.
Uh,
Or does it?
So the quickest way to do it is just that very slight movement of the front foot. So that coming into it is the fastest way to do it. If you take a step into it, obviously the range is different. So if I'm out at this kind of range, then I can step in and then kick. But that's then depending on the scenario, the situation. It's up to you. Personally, I would recommend you keep it simple and just turn the front foot and bring it up from there, because it's the simplest variant. Yeah. And it's a powerful kick because of the turning of the body and the use of the back. That's the only advantage of it. It's got power. If I was personally wanting a close range with a kick, I want to close the range. Rather than doing this kind of turn, again, that's my personal opinion, I'd just do the kind of sliding side kick, which is just easy and it covers distance very well. Now I can really jump into that. They can still use the muscle of the back. Sorry. That's a fast way of covering ground without having to do the difficult turn. There you go. Okay, but well practice. So I will quickly answer a question. Why even bother doing a back kick when it's quite difficult? Why not do a side kick? Because we're trying to build our coordination, balance, spatial awareness. And if we can do the difficult ones, then yeah, it's pretty good. You're building up a lot of stuff in your nervous system, like say the balance, the ability to spin, the body awareness, spatial awareness. So that's why we do it. And we want to show off. Yeah.
comparison to the time one? And then,
Which stepping? Show me the whole thing.
yeah, so the quickest way is this,
That.
and then,
No, it's not, I don't think, going to have more power, and I'll tell you why. The power comes from the turn, coiling you up, and then shooting it out. So whether you step before the turn doesn't make any difference. If I, okay, let's say I step into a front thrust kick. I'm building up forward momentum, yeah? The momentum's coming forward. Whoa. If I do the sliding side kick even more, you know, I'm kind of throwing myself into it. But if I do, yeah, I have got it. Right, if I do one, now my momentum's coming forward. Now I change and it's going into a spin. And as I do the spin, I'm on the spot. So all the forward momentum has to stop, ready for me to do the spin.
like that.
So you don't really gain. Yeah. It would only, all it would help you do was close distance. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. And relax. Okay. Now we're going to have a go on a tyre. And this time, I'm going to try and put some power in and see if we can bend the tyre a bit. Off you go. Oh, well done. And Buddha-san. Good. And pause for a moment. Yeah. So, if you're ending up getting propelled backwards, generally what it means is that when you kick, you're standing above the standing leg. You hit and it pushes you back. So you get power, but it's the balance. So if when you kick, you move into the kick, then that leg's slanted and the power pushes down into the floor there instead of, well, I can't push into the floor, so I've got to go back. Yeah. So if the hip has travelled further forward than the standing foot, then you got it. Yeah. Yeah. Really extend the hip in. Last one. Good. Well done. Well done. Kanika, off you go. With the blade. Yeah, blade of the foot. Well done. And Michael. Tuck the chamber as tight as you can. Chamber it tight, and then you've got extension out of that chamber position. Yeah, one more. Good, okay, well done, Frederick. Pretty good. Last one. Well done. Well done. Akshi. And relax. Okay. Good. So that's enough of that for now. We're going to go on the back spin. And first thing we're going to do, on a wall, leg up like this, circling around this way. So at the top, the heel comes backwards. And the other leg. And relax. Okay. Now, I'm going to gently practice the back spin. Similar chamber, want to get quite a lot of pull down here. So these muscles got to feel like they're being extended, pulled, and then that pull pulls the foot out and we come around. And we want the hip to kind of roll over from this kind of position, rolling over to there. So that's the hip movement, and then the leg movement, it's rolling over like that. Actually, maybe we should do this on a balancing on a wall or column the first. So a big movement from the hip to turn around. Yeah.
So is the goal to keep the legs straight?
Yes.
Both legs.
Basically, yes. Right. This is what is most often in English called a back spinning kick. Back spin kick. There is also a back hook kick. Something like that. I was going to do the back spin today, save the back hook for later. The back spin is delivered with a straight leg. Just like that way, yeah. Okay. But I think, yeah, let's do it on the wall and try to get that hip and leg movement coming in. And pause for a moment, particularly for Priska. We want quite a movement across the top. So there's your target, it comes up and it strikes through. So not too steep an arc going through the target, yeah. And relax. So now we'll practice the kick, turning across. Okay. And pause. And the most important thing, like eye contact with the target before you throw the kick. Look at the target before you kick it. And relax. And hold that. Okay. So now we're going to try kicking a target. It's quite small, I hope I get it. They do make a very exciting noise if you hit them. These are pretty much designed for backspin kicks. Now,
it forces you to look at it. Well, it doesn't force you to, but it encourages you to look at the target before you kick it. Yeah. Because one thing's for sure, if you're not looking at it, you're not going to kick it, are you? You're not going to hit it. Yeah. Don't kick it too hard to start with. So now we're actually going for accuracy, but we're also developing technique. And we're not too worried at this moment about speed or power. The good thing about a kick like this, you use the usual formula. First of all, technique, yeah? When you can get the technique, you speed it up. And when you get the speed, the power's there. Because if you do a fast spin, it has power. And that's it. Okay, all right. So, let's give it a try. We've got more pads down there. And rest. So, I really recommend that you keep the legs straight. So, if I don't keep the legs straight, it's probably going to look something like this, and it's knee bend, and that's just hamstring. If I keep the leg straight, okay, back, and then your gluteal muscles of your bottom, and then the hamstring, you're engaging all of it as you come across. Yeah. So that is going to give much more power. It's that kind of thing than just that. If you just look at that compared with that, yeah, big difference. Okay, so we try again. Change who's kicking now. Change who's kicking. Try to keep your legs straight, yeah. Kanika, are you hitting with the heel
Yeah,
or
no,
the sole?
I'm getting the heel and then my toe is slapping down for some
Okay.
reason after.
Yeah, try to get it with the heel.
Coming down, yeah.
It's been in a little bit before. No.
Can I tell them? Can I tell them?
So you want to look?
Mm.
You want to try your good side? Try the other side.
Thanks.
And rest. Okay. You put the pads down for a moment. And, sorry. Back to just training a kick individually. Yeah, train the motion. Try to get as good a technique as you can. Yeah. Off you go. And relax. And relax. So, I think it's actually good for now. Because they do tend to make you a bit dizzy. So, I'm going to change the original plan a little bit. But having done that, we're quite set up to do a little stretch. So we're just going to finish with a little stretch now. So, lock your fingers. Push up. And bend. And stand, lunge, hips forwards, hands high. Press right up. And stretch back.
twist around to the side, stretch again. And the other side. And change. And back. And now sideways. And the other side. And relax. Knees down. Lengthen out your spine. And fold forwards. And relax. Yeah, knees apart. So just let your hips sink down between your knees. And relax. Feet apart. Push your head up high. Push your head right up. Chest forward, bend forward. relax. Feet a little wider, sideways. And the other side. Relax. Feet a bit wider. Lean down on one leg. Swing over, swing across. Right over to the other side. And now bring the feet into 90 degrees apart. And lean down as far as you can. And relax. And stand. There we go. Okay, Well done, guys. That's good for today.
Thank you, Master Anthony.
Thanks. Thanks to all the people that have been with us online. Hope you found something interesting. And we'll see you again tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll walk down to the tea room, have our little meeting.
Some Tom Jones and